WGS News.
Our top story today is a music video produced by White Girl Swag.
Danielle, have you seen it?
Well, I know, Natalia. I have not.
Well, let's take a look. Now this is a story all about how my life got flipped, turned upside down, and I'd like to take a minute to just sit right there and tell you how I became the monster and gave everyone a scare. In Swiss Geneva, created and raised in the slaughterhouse where I spent most of my days, confused, angry, acting all cruel, and all while Victor went away to school. I stepped outside doing nothing but good. Others thought I was causing trouble in the neighborhood. I killed one little boy and Victor got scared and said, "I'm going to the mountains high in the air." And I went and found him just one other day, but he attacked me and told me to get away. I told him to sit and cool for a minute. The fight he wanted, there was no way he could win it. People in Geneva live in life first class, but when it comes to it, they want to harass. So I found some comfort in the family. They made me believe the goodness of humanity. But in the end, all I heard was just rumors and lies. Me, the monster they grew to despise. I don't think so. They'll see when I get there. I hope they're prepared for the monster that will scare. I need my other half, like a companion, who will love me even when I'm in a coffin. I ain't trying to be evil, I just want peace. That's all I'm asking for, no trouble from the police. I yelled for Victor when he came near. He created me one, but it wasn't so dear. He said, "Just chill, man, keep your head where it's at." I thought my love that would keep it real, true that. I must be going now, my life is ending. I yelled to Walter, "You overall I can't be lagging." I looked at my kingdom, I was finally there. I am no longer a monster who will give everyone a scare.
And now an analysis of our music video.
Our first theme is loss of innocence.
Victor loses all of his innocence when his father dies. What then become of me? I know not. I lost sensation, and chains and darkness were the only objects that pressed upon me.
Another character in Frankenstein that lost her innocence was when Justine was blamed for the murder of William, and Elizabeth lost her innocence because her trust has been betrayed. Elizabeth believed that Justine was innocent, but when the judges claim she's guilty and Justine confesses, Elizabeth is very upset. How shall I ever again believe in human goodness?
Victor's loss of innocence is by far one of the most important because he contributes to the loss of innocence of the other characters.
Our second theme in the movie is the monster character analysis.
Frankenstein is abandoned by Victor, his creator, and is confused. He tries to integrate himself into society only to be avoided. Frankenstein realizes his physical ugliness, an aspect of persona that blinds society at first to his gentle and kind nature.
Frankenstein seeks revenge on Victor, where he kills Victor's younger brother. After Victor destroys his work on the female monster meant to ease the Frankenstein's solitude, the monster murders Victor's best friend and then his new wife.
Another theme is family. Robert Walton's desire for a friend establishes a major theme in the book that being alone in the world creates a desire to have a circle of family and friends.
The desire of Walton's reflects on the later desire of Frankenstein to have a companion.
The fourth one is goodness of humanity. The pursuit of knowledge is at the heart of Frankenstein, as Victor attempts to surge beyond accepted human limits and access the secret of life. Robert Walton attempts to outdo previous human explorations by undertaking to reach the North Pole.
Frankenstein was accepted for who he was as a monster to those who he felt close to, like a family.
The fifth one is lies. Deception in the form of secrecy is one of Victor's fatal flaws. His inability to share his secret about the monster brings the destruction of those he loves.
This loss of family and friends causes Victor to lose his attachment to the world. Secrecy in the end brings about his inability to save himself. And a quote that we found was, "Who shall conceive the horrors of my secret toil as I dabbed among the unhallowed damps of the grave and tortured the living animal to animate the lifeless clay."
Victor's obsessive drive to create life forces himself into secret horrors.
Another theme that contributes to our movie is companionship.
Frankenstein shows compassion and kindness that are soon ruined by the world around him. Frankenstein further questions just how good how goodness is judged and he feels the need for a companion.
Another quote that we found according to companionship is, "You may deem me romantic, my dear sister, but I bitterly feel the want of a friend." Frankenstein wants to be accepted and have someone to like him for who he is and not what others want him to be.
Another theme is insanity, and in the book Victor says, "I beheld the wretch, the miserable monster whom I had created," where Victor goes crazy because he created trouble for the world with Frankenstein.
Frankenstein is frightened when he sees the fruit of his insane fantasy. The monster escapes from the laboratory and appears rejected by all the men that he encounters, not so much for his ugliness as for his clearly non-human features.
Dangerous knowledge is another. Victor's pursuit of knowledge in creating Frankenstein ends with Victor destroying his close relationship with those that mean a lot to him. The thirst for knowledge can be destructive.
Another theme is sublime nature. Victor goes to the mountains to lift his spirits after the deaths of William and Justine, for which he feels responsible. Frankenstein will haunt Victor no matter where he goes. The influence of nature on the mood is evident.
Sacrifice. Victor's self-sacrifice includes the sacrifice of those he loves. It seems more an act of inhumane, self-absorbed injustice than it does an act of love for humanity.
Victor's fears overwhelm his reasoning, and he chooses to be a hero in his own mind rather than preserving the lives of those he loves.
Text. The book is filled with letters, notes, texts, and journals.
Victor's story fits inside Walton's letter. The monster story fits into Victor's. The love story of Felix and Sappy and references to Paradise Lost fit inside the monster story. It all connects.
Light and fire. Light is a symbol of knowledge, discovery, and enlightenment.
The monster that fire creates light in the darkness of the night, but also that fire can harm when you touch it.
A motif is passive women. Frankenstein is lacking a female companion, and his mother dies taking care of her adopted daughter.
Justine ordered for murder despite her innocence. Elizabeth waited for Victor to come back to her. All the women aren't so strong.
Another motif is abortion, and the monster feels disgust for himself and he wishes Victor never created him.
Victor destroys the creation of the female. And that concludes our analysis of Frankenstein.
Wow. Well, that was great.
I agree, Natalia. I can't wait for the next video.
Well, that's all for today, folks. See you next time on WGS News.
Bye!
This is for you, Mr.A.
Pull it down.
I just saw it and get on with it. Okay. I get on my knees so I'm average, right? Oh wow, now maybe when